This is Carly Gregg, appearing in a Mississippi courtroom in March 2024 on several charges, including murder and attempted murder. At just 15 years old, Carly fatally shot her mother, 40-year-old school teacher Ashley Smiley, inside their home. Carly had been using marijuana, and her friends started growing concerned. One of them informed her mother. Upon finding out, Carly's mom was furious. As soon as they arrived home, she went straight to Carly's room to search for drugs. While she was searching, the security camera in the living room recorded the shocking moment when the unimaginable took place. After shooting her mother, Carly texted a friend, asking them to come over and see what she had done. Her plan was to eliminate both her parents, so she used her mother's phone to impersonate her and message her 39-year-old stepfather, Heath Smiley, urging him to come home. The moment Mr. Heath walked through the door, Carly fired at him. In a desperate struggle, he managed to wrestle the gun away from her and immediately called 911. Realizing she was in serious trouble, Carly fled the scene along with her friend. Minutes later, police officers arrived and found Heath in distress, bleeding from a gunshot wound. Paramedics treated him before rushing him to the hospital. Carly was arrested a few hours later.
Let me step out real quick for me. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, look. What do you want?
During the trial, prosecutors presented the chain of events leading to the crime.
Carly Gregg rides in the car from school to their house. When they get inside the house, it's only their two dogs. Immediately, Carly goes and lets the dogs out. Ashley then goes into Carly's room. At some point, Ashley finds 4 boxes that contain vape pens. Almost immediately, upon Carly coming inside the house, that she walks straight to her parents' bedroom and removes a .357 Magnum from under the mattress. She walked with that .357 Magnum behind her back, walked in to her own bedroom, and then fired into her mother.
However, the defense attorneys took a different approach, arguing that Carly was also a victim.
The events on March 19th were not intentional. We believe the evidence will show that there were 3 victims on March 19th. Carly had been suffering from a mental illness, that Carly was not aware that she had a mental illness. Carly's parents, who lived with her, were not aware that Carly was suffering from a mental illness. Carly's close friends were not aware that Carly was suffering from a mental illness, because it's hard to look at a person and understand that they have a mental illness. That's why it's often referred to as the invisible disease.
They claimed that Gregg suffered from mental health issues and wasn't fully aware of her actions. It was time for witnesses to testify. The first to take the stand was the 911 operator who received Mr. Heath's call.
At first he said he had grazed the neck once during the middle of the call. He then stated that his wife was also shot dead on the floor, and continued to talk to him until deputies arrived on scene.
As testimony continued, Carly became visibly emotional.
Calm down. What's your name? Okay, calm down for me. Give me your name again.
Next, the first responding officer testified, and his body cam footage was played for the jury.
Hey, come outside for me. Hey, come on. What's your name? Hello?
The defense insisted that Carly was experiencing a severe mental health crisis and should not be held criminally responsible. However, the prosecution countered by arguing that her actions were premeditated and not those of someone suffering from an uncontrolled mental condition. After deliberating for a few hours, the jury reached a verdict.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Carly Madison Gregg, guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment.
Carly Gregg was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.